Welcome. In this practical demonstration, we'll display you how to make a date picker control in Android. In Android, there are two types of date picker controls available. Either you can display date picker using the class date picker, or else you can make a date picker, or you can create a date picker control using dialog fragment. So we are going to display both of these methods, how to use these date picker control and dialog fragment to create a date picker in Android. That we'll be doing in this demonstration. So first of all, we'll get started with date picker control, which is available by default in Android. In order to complete this date picker control in Android, we'll get started with a new Android Studio project. Within this project, we are going to make a date picker demo, and we are going to call it as hackweather.devanshu.android date picker. We're going to click next. We'll be testing our application on minimum API number 8, and we will be displaying you how calendar looks or how your date picker looks in older version of applications supported mobile devices and in latest supported operating systems as well. So let's click on next. We'll click on blank activity. We'll take it as a main activity. We'll click on finish. Our new project will be created. So first of all, in our first application, we are going to develop an application which will give you demonstration of date picker control in Android. To get started, we'll go to design mode. In design mode, in case if you get some coordinator layout issues, let it render. In case if there is some issues with rendering, you can re-render it with this synchronize option here. So now, once your view is visible, let me just create a size. Let me just change it to date picker demo. Within this date picker demo control, what we would like to do, we are going to go to the palette, and within this palette we have date and time controls available. Using this palette, date and time control, we are going to use the control date picker. Date picker control offers you a layout and the styling properties. You can drag the date picker control here, and you can drop the date picker control within your application. So this is how your date picker control is available. Within the component tree, you can see that date picker control is a combination of two things. First is a layout, and second is the style information, and the date information is available here. We are going to get started with a simple demo by tweaking into some properties here. What you can see is you can go a little down, and you can see that you can provide parameters for elevation. Elevation will display material designing properties in your application. Let's say I would like to specify elevation as 10 dp, and now you can see that your date and time picker control will look a little elevated from the context of your application screen. And here this shadow is visible, and it shows you that it is around 10 dp above. So this comes under the material design theme. So we have provided an elevation property to the date picker control as 10 dp, and you can specify like the end year should be, let's say 2020 will be the end year, and let's say we are going to give start year as well. Here are a few properties like specifying the start year as well. Let's say I would like to get started with 2012. So now we have provided an end year and a start year for this, and I would like to test these properties on my mobile app and would like to display you how does it work. On new applications, on new devices, your date picker control will be visible in a material design format, but in older phones it will be displayed in a older style. So we'll test this on both of the devices. First of all, I would like to test this on an emulator which is Android 6.0 Marshmallow version. Let me click on OK, and here that Android Studio is running. This emulator is running. So as soon as the Gradle is ready with building the project, so this is how your view looks like. Here is the date picker demo. Now you can see that if you click on 2016, and here are the properties. If you can click on here, you will view the date picker control in the new versions. And now I would like to show you how it looks like in the earlier versions of Android. So as soon as we again run this application on the device, this time we'll run it on LG P500 device. So on the right hand side here, we are going to view here will be your application will be running on new devices, and on the right hand side we'll have a demonstration how the application looks on older devices. So as soon as the application finishes loading, it will launch on our Android VNC viewer. I'll just install that back again. We have some storage issues. Let me just clear the storage issue quickly. In case sometimes if you get failed storage issues, what you can do is you can simply go to settings, applications, development, manage applications, and let's say I would like to remove a few applications from my device. I'm uninstalling few demonstrations which are available on my Froyo device. So I have freed up space around 12 MB on my device. Now quickly I'm going to test that again on my LG P500. So now as soon as the application runs, the application will quickly launch on our Android Froyo device, which is displayed to you on the VNC viewer on the right hand side here. So this is how your calendar controls looks in earlier versions, and here it looks on the new versions, and this is how it looks in the earlier versions. So in case if you want to see, we can go to 15, 14, 13, 12, and again after 12 it turns to 2020. So this is how the application works. The date picker control works on earlier versions of Android and the new versions of Android as well. So let's quickly get back to the coding, and we'll test a few more things on date picker control. So now the second thing we want to do is we want to initialize our date picker control with current date and current time, and let's see how we can initialize that, and we will be performing some event handling with our application. So quickly, we have a date picker control here. We like to refer this date picker control in our application here. So date picker is a class which we will be using in Android, and we're going to call it as DP1. We're going to import the date picker control using import class, alt enter. Now we are going to refer this DP1 in our application. dp1 is equal to typecast into date picker, find view control by its id, and r.id.date picker. Now we are going to test this date picker control. We have to initialize the date picker control. During the initialization, if you want to initialize your date picker control, there is a method known as init. What this init method actually receives, it receives a few arguments like integer year, integer month of year, integer day of month, and an on date changed listener. At the moment, we don't have these values available, so we are going to create a new instance of calendar, and we are going to fetch information about current year, current month, and current day, and then we are going to set on date change listener, and we are going to write our business logic. So in order to do that, let me just remove dp1.init at the moment, and I would like to get an instance of calendar control first. So I'm going to create an object of calendar, and let's call it as calendar, and we can create a new object of calendar using the class calendar, and within this class we have a static method known as calendar.getInstance. This getInstance will return an object of calendar type, and it will be stored within your object calendar. Now once you have the object available, using this calendar you can get information like year, month, and day of month. In order to do that, we have some static constants available, integer constants available within our calendar class. So we are going to make use of calendar class, and we are going to get current year. Return type of this year is integer, so we are going to get this integer, and we are going to store into an integer variable known as year. So using the calendar object, we have got the current year, and we have stored it into a variable known as year. In the same way, we are going to get the month. To get the month, we are going to write the code for calendar. We are going to get the instance. We are going to call calendar.month, and this is how you can fetch current month, and then you have to fetch the current day. In order to get the current day, you have to again call the method get, and within the integer parameters you have to specify calendar.day of month. So day of month will return you the current date. Now using these three properties, we are going to initialize our date picker control. To initialize the date picker control, we are going to use the method init, and within this init we are going to specify four parameters. The first parameter is year, second parameter is month, the third parameter will be the day, and the final parameter will be an on date changed listener. To make an instance of on date changed listener, we are going to create a new instance of on date changed listener, and we are going to override the method on date changed here. So that you can view properly, I am just putting these things here. Let me just put them on two lines so that you all can view the proper properties required. So as soon as we initialized the date picker control, we have to provide the following information from the calendar control, and then we have created a new instance of on date changed listener. Using on date changed listener, you have to override, or you can say you have to implement the method on date changed, and as soon as you interact with the date picker control, your interactions, your selected year, month, and date will be available within these variables. We will be using these variables in our business logic. So as soon as a user interacts with the calendar control, whatever date he picks, a toast method will be generated, and using this toast method we are going to display the current date information. So we are going to display a string, and we are going to call it as selected date is, and we are going to fetch a few information like I'm going to concatenate the value of year. As soon as we have concatenated year, we are going to concatenate the property of string dot value of month, and finally we are going to concatenate the day, string dot value of, and we are going to specify the property of day. Once all the three properties are specified, now what next we are going to do, actually we need to get month of year, which is visible here, and we actually need day of month so that we can get all these values. So now you can see, once your date is selected, you are going to get the year, month and current day, and finally you have to specify duration for this toast, and you have to specify it somewhat like toast.length long, and we are going to display this. So as soon as a new date is selected, you will be able to display the current date and time, and it will be displayed on your application. So once these things are done, so now we are going to test our application on the device. We'll click on LGP500. First of all, we'll be testing our application on LGP500 device, and on the second instance we'll be testing it on our new emulator as well. So as soon as the application is finished building, the application will be launched on our Android Froyo device first. So as soon as the application runs on Froyo device, so here the launch has been done, and now you can see that as soon as we select a date, let's say I have gone to 15th or I have selected 16, you will get a toast message somewhat like selected date is 16 September 2016. If we change the month, you will get it something like, if we change the year, you will get something like 2017 has been selected. So this is how it works. We have got the date picker demo here. Now we will be testing this demonstration on our emulator, that is Android Marshmallow. Let's click on OK. And now the application will be tested on our Android emulator, Android Marshmallow version. So once the application is done building, it will run on our Android emulator, Android 6.0, API number 23, and we'll be testing the application here. So now the application will launch. And here you can see that the current date 14th September 2016 has been initialized by our dp1.init method, and as soon as we click on some other date, let's say we selected 16th of September, we have got that information that current month is 15th September, and this is how it works. If we change the month to October or something, and if we select a date control here, you'll get that specific selected date is this. So this is how our date picker control works. Now we like to show you another demonstration in which this date picker control will be displayed in form of a fragment. In many cases, you won't need a complete activity to be occupied by a calendar control. It could be possible there should be a button. As soon as you click on select date button, a fragment or a pop-up should appear, and using that pop-up you should be able to select the date. So let's quickly go to that demonstration. In this demonstration, we are going to make use of fragments, and using dialog fragment, we are going to create our date picker control. So quickly I'm going to create a new control here. Let's just close this project, and we are going to create a new Android Studio project, and this will be our dialog fragment demonstration. So we'll click on new Android Studio project, and here we are going to create dialog fragment date, and I'm going to change it to Android dialog fragment, and let's click on next. We are going to test this application on both of the devices. In Froyo devices, dialog fragment doesn't work. Dialog fragments are specially made for devices from API number Honeycomb. So let's click on next. We are going to select blank activity. So for this case, we will be testing our application on our Android emulator. Let's click on finish. A new Android Studio project will be created for dialog fragments. In order to create a dialog fragment, the activity or the dialog fragment lifecycle needs you to create and override an onCreate dialog method, and then you have to use an onDate change listener, and you have to use or override the method onDate changed. So let's quickly go to our content view into the design section. As soon as the layout is ready, we are going to create a button control on our layout. Let's sort out the rendering issues. We'll quickly click on resynchronize so that our content main is visible. Now here inside this content main, we like to perform a dialog fragment demo. Within this dialog fragment demo, we like to take a button control, and let's say this button control will be used to select date. In order to select the date control, we have a button control available here. ID of this button control is r.id.button. As soon as we click on this button, we are going to show you a date picker fragment. In order to do that, we'll quickly go to main activity, and here inside the main activity, we are going to create a button control, and I'm going to create an object BT1 for that. Let's press Alt Enter button BT1. Within this BT1, we are going to typecast it into button control. We are going to find view control by its ID, and we are going to refer the control r.id.button. As soon as BT1 control is initialized, we have to set an on-click listener on this button control. To do that, we are going to use BT1 object, and we are going to set on-click listener on this BT1 object. In the parameters, you have to provide an object of on-click listener, so we can create a new instance of on-click listener interface, and we have to override on-click method. As soon as your on-click method is overridden, here what we have to do is we have to call dialog fragment here. So in order to create a dialog fragment, let's go to the project. We'll switch to our package, and within our package, we are going to create a new fragment which is going to display a dialog fragment for date picker control to us. We'll click on new, we'll create a new Java class, and let's call it as date picker fragment. Within this date picker fragment, we are going to extend our dialog fragment class, and within this dialog fragment, let's import the dialog fragment, and here you can see that this API requires level 11 and the current minimum version which we are using is 8. So we are going to hardcode the dialog fragment API, and let's click on add target API honeycomb annotation with dialog fragments. So your target API build.versioncodes.honeycomb is selected, and now your application will be successfully running on devices above honeycomb. Once your dialog fragment is extended into your date picker fragment class, as far as the life cycle of dialog fragments are concerned, we have to create a method onCreate dialog. So let's override the method here, onCreate dialog, and as soon as the dialog is created, we are going to return a new instance of date picker dialog. This date picker dialog takes in 5 parameters. The first one is context, in which your dialog fragment will be displayed. Second, the name of the class in which your onDate set listener interface is implemented. Third parameter is integer year. the fourth one is integer month of year, and the fifth parameter will be integer day of month. So in order to take these parameters, we have to create an instance of calendar class, and using that calendar object, we are going to get the current year, month and day. So let's proceed with this. First of all, we are going to create a class calendar. We are going to create an object C for this. Let's create a new instance of calendar, and this can be done by the static method calendar.getInstance. Once you have got the instance, we are going to create an year, and we are going to get the year from the calendar object using the method get, and we are going to pass in the static constant to refer the current year using calendar.year. Second, what you need is you need to get the current month, and this we can get using c.get, and you have to get that using calendar.month. Once you have got the year and month, now the next parameter required is the day. So we'll go to c.get, and we are going to get the day of month from the calendar class. Day of month is an integer constant defined within your calendar class. So we have received these three parameters, and now we can initialize the new instance of date picker dialog. In order to do this, first we have to specify the activity. This will give you an object of instance of the current activity which is running within the context. The second parameter will be the class where your on date change listener is implemented. So let's implement on date changed listener, and we are going to implement the methods on date changed. So now we are going to pass in the instance of on date changed, and on date changed listener is implemented within our current class, that is date picker fragments. So we are going to refer the class using this keyword, and finally we have to specify the information of our year, month and day. So once we are done with this, so we need to give the instance of on date set listener. So let me just change it to on date set listener, and we are going to implement the methods on date set, and we are going to remove this on date changed. So now we will be working with the method on date set. So what exactly we did, we have provided the context, we have provided the object of our current class, that is date picker fragment, which implements on date set listener. And as soon as we implemented on date set listener, we have to override on date set. So here we can interact with dates. So as far as the interaction is concerned, we are going to create a toast method here. Let's make a toast. We are going to get the activity in order to provide the context. Then we have to specify information like selected date is, we are going to specify the selected date, and we are going to concatenate the string dot value of, here we will specify day first, that is your day of month. Then we are going to concatenate that with a slash. Then we are going to fetch the information of string dot value of month of year. We are going to concatenate that with this sign, and finally we are going to get the value of year. So we have got the complete information, and now we have to specify for how long this will be displayed. So finally we have got our toast method ready, and we are going to display show. So as soon as a date is set, toast will display you the selected date from the fragment. So now here you can see, using the onCreate dialog, you have created the instance of calendar, you have fetched the required information, then you will return a date picker dialog with the initialized values, And now in order to call this date picker fragment, we have to switch to the main activity, and we are going to call the fragment here. So in order to call it, you need to create an object of dialog fragment, because it contains a method known as show, which will display the fragment in your current activity. So let's call it as frag, and we are going to create a new instance of date time picker fragment. That is date picker fragment. So you have created a new instance of date picker fragment, and now using this fragment, we are going to call the method show. This show method actually receives two parameters. The first parameter is the fragment manager. Second is a string tag. So now what next we need to do? We are going to use the method show. To get the fragment manager, we are going to call the method get fragment manager, and we have to display a tag here, and let's say this will be a string tag. Let's say date picker. It could be anything, and you have to provide the annotations. So let me click on show. In case if the application builds and gives you some error below show, then it shows you that you need to specify that this call requires API number 11. So you can simply click on it, you can press Alt Enter, and you can add target API notation for Honeycomb. So once the annotation has been done, the annotation will be loaded. After the annotations are done, simply click on save and run your application. So now we will test this application on our emulator. We'll simply open our emulator here. This time a new application will be launched. So as soon as the Gradle builds running, we will be testing our application, which is a dialog fragment for date picker control, and it will run on our emulator. So now the Gradle build is running. It will quickly compile your application, turn it into an APK file, sign it with the IDE signature, and will test this APK file on your mobile phone. We are using Android emulator Nexus 5 with API 23 installed, and API 23, you all know, it's Android Marshmallow. So the Gradle build is running, and now it is being indexed, and it will be launched on our emulator Nexus 5. The Gradle build finished in 1 minute, 4 seconds, 24 milliseconds. And the application is now launched within your Nexus 5. So now here is your dialog fragment demo. As soon as you click on select date, you can see that a dialog fragment has appeared, and now it has displayed you a specific date. You can click on any of the dates, and as soon as you selected a date, as soon as you're done, you can simply click on OK. As soon as you do OK, and you will get the method that selected date is this. So this is how dialog fragments work. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.